Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It is the iPhone 15 review. It'll be your first one anyways. The next one, maybe in 7 months. We're going to have to do an update regardless, okay? So, I haven't exactly had this for the long haul, but we had to do some testing. So, I can't really tell you much about the island other than it's kind of funky and cool. Especially when somebody calls you. It's like, that's kind of neat what it does. iOS 17 is kind of like iOS 17, except with some little extra benefits. This thing, when you go into the battery here, which is somewhere around here, there we go. Okay, so you get your normal screen where it shows all this jibber jabber, right? That's pretty common, right? Well, then we go into battery health. And not only does it say normal, it says the maximum capacity is 100%. It also shows the cycle count, which I have verified even against my amazing software, because some people think that Apple lies. Well, they're full of it because Apple doesn't lie. Anyway, and there you go. Manufacturer date was January of 2024. Woohoo! First use was March of 2024. So, cool. That works for me. I'm happy. So, anyhow, they give you more information than they ever did before. Pretty sweet, okay? The cameras on this thing, they're to die for. The megapixel capability far surpasses the iPhone 12 Pro. So, sorry iPhone that you had to leave, but you've been replaced with this. The cameras on this are so nice, okay? I was going to keep my 12 Pro, just use it as an extra camera, or maybe another way of doing some extra setups, but then I thought, I'll just steal my wife's phone for that. She's got a 12 Pro. But when I started shooting video on this, I actually uploaded one or two. I think I've got 2 up now with this. But the first one was during my testing time of off battery use for 2 days. And it did take a couple of attempts to do that. And I was like, I know 4K is going to suck my battery dry. It's just like, it's common, right? Well, no, it's actually not that bad. And I never did test the iPhone 12 Pro for shooting 4K footage for the channel unless it was tethered to the computer. I never did it as a, no wires attached deal. I did not do that video, by the way, with continuity on the Wi-Fi. I just set the thing up and went, boom, let's do this, dudes. Okay, so 2 days of testing. Spent a bit of time wasted, obviously, trying to get that video done, and I finally did, which was great. And got it uploaded, and that's awesome. I talked on the phone with my buddy, definitely both days. Day 1, we spent probably a grand total of more than 2 hours on the phone, okay? Our longest conversation, I think, was just over an hour. And then we got a dropped connection, sucked, bad weather, and, we live in the valley, and, we're 11 clicks and out of even sight of the cell tower. So anyways, the fact we get service is awesome. Wi-Fi assist works, so anyways. So we call each other back and so on. A little bit more time yakking. It's like, dude, I'm going to go watch a show with the wife, so I'll call you in a while. So we did talk off and on during the day, okay? Day 2, of course, and during day 1, by the way, I was also surfing because I was helping him do some research, because I don't know everything, and I'm helping him with some tech stuff with some iPads that are kind of like really hurting bad. So I'm surfing, and while I'm doing my surfing, I also went to my bank and went, how broke am I today? Check my credit card. That's better than the bank account right now. We're doing good. All right, let's move on to the next idea here. What else are we going to play with? Well, we're talking too. And so I did a little bit of that sort of thing, right? And day 2 rolls around, of course. Still not been on the charger, okay? It's been off the charger all night, sat on my table, just word, drop her down, away you go to bed, night. And I get up the next morning, do my stuff. I'm talking to him again, off and on during the day for, a half hour here, maybe an hour there, a couple of times, not a whole lot, right? So, and I did check my battery in the morning. It's like, wow, that's doing really good. I didn't drop that much. So then the 4K videos come up, and I'm trying to do my attempts doing those videos, of course, because, Yeah, it takes me a lot of attempts. I think we're on like attempt number 15 this morning just for this one, but I'm using my iPad for this because I mostly do use the iPad a lot. I torture the poor little thing. Anyways, so, you know, the day 2 rolls around, do my thing, and I'm doing the 4K. Now, I gotta hand it to Apple. This thing does not really heat up very much. Shooting 4K, especially for like, you know, half an hour straight because I lost track of time because that happens a lot. It's like, oh man, okay, start over. At least we got our 15-minute video the second time. That went up. But the amount of heat that this thing produced was amazingly not as bad as the 12 Pro, okay? And now the 12 Pro I'd never tested, like I said, unless it was always on a charge cable, or if it was continuity camera, you're not putting a charge in. And I could easily drop 20% on the iPhone 12 Pro, even being tethered, because there's not enough juice to come off my hub, run the phone to charge it, and do its continuity camera all at once. It doesn't happen. I believe we mentioned that in one of the other videos I was talking to you guys about. But so it's kind of like being unplugged, really. But it doesn't happen in 4K. It's only 1080p. But that phone got a lot warmer at 1080p than this does at 4K. And 4K is very torturous to your battery, and it heats stuff up a lot, okay? In this case, it actually did exceedingly well. I was like, wow, this is like amazing. Now, we all have heard a lot of nightmares and horror stories about the 15. We'll save that for another video, though. So, in all my testing that I did on a 2-day time limit, until I went to bed that night, this thing still had about 52% of its charge left after doing all those activities for 2 days straight, okay? I think part of that we did go out, but I did not plug my phone into the car. It never got plugged in at all, okay? I think, in fact, we left the phone at the house because we were only going within town, like within Powassan. So, but anyhow, either way, spent 2 full days, not even anywhere near a charger, doing all that stuff that I normally do anyways. And after 2 days and still having 52% of the battery left, easily could have made it a 3rd day. So I would say that this thing has the equivalent runtime and capabilities as even the iPhone 12 Pro, if you're using it in the same way, okay? And generally, like I said, I do not shoot 4K video without being plugged in somehow, but you know, like I said, continuity camera, it's not an option. You're not putting any power back into the thing. But I am very impressed with this phone. I did have one drop-it incident, though. I had it on this stand on my table when I was trying to do that video that did go up, okay, because part of losing track of time also resulted in, on one of my attempts, because I think there was like 3 total, but anyways, there was a piece of paper towel or something underneath the one leg, and I thought, okay, I'm gonna move this thing, and well, that was my mistake. I jerked, and it's like, damn it, and off the table she goes flying. Yo! And I freaked. But the only damage that got done was a little tiny scratch on my case. And I pulled the case off just to verify, because I thought maybe I damaged the back of the phone, right? And it's like, because I've heard how brittle these things are, right? And I'm like, oh, ESR, you freaking rule. It was only got a little scratch because of something on my floor. It's like, no damage to the cameras, which are still not protected, which they're going to be very soon. Anyways, my glass front, I've got a tempered glass on here. So the whole phone is protected except for here. And I even took out my magnifying glass because my most paranoia was these back cameras. I'm like, nope, not even such as a nick anywhere. Whew, lucky. Clear. Okay, so yeah, it pays to protect your investment. Okay, kids? So all in all, though, so far, happy with the phone. I've only dived into a certain amount of features with this thing. Like, I like the fact that we have cycle counting now on our battery, and you know, the manufacturer date, the first time it got put in use date. I mean, we get a lot more info on these iPhone 15s than we ever got on the other ones. You know, I mean, it's speedy. It's a nice, fast little machine. So, You know, I mean, we are carrying around little tiny supercomputers in our hands, and it's like, this is cool, you know. I use all the same apps I normally would, like my calculator app and all that jazz. I mean, you guys know what I do by now, hopefully. I'm pretty impressed with this thing. I think it is definitely worth the investment to upgrade from a 12 Pro to this, especially with these cameras. Like, this is not a Pro version, but because the iPhone 12 Pro's got like the 3 on there, and it's like, ooh, that's nice. But the megapixel rating on this is far better, and it's like, oh, that is nice. So I retired the iPhone 12 Pro and I sold it, and I'm like, that's it, we're done. We have Manafiki until Kevy decides to upgrade to another new phone, which won't be for two years now. Now I gotta wait 2 years, darn it. Anyways, but in 2 years, they're going to have something, probably an iPhone 18 out by then, and maybe we'll try one of those out and see how they go. But in the meantime, we will do a 7-month update on this thing. But for now, hey, I'm stuck at a 4.5 out of 5 on this little puppy. Do stay tuned for another video, because that's when we're going to get into some nitty-gritties, where we're really going to talk about the whole bunch of videos on durabilities and all that other jazz, and we're going to get into it a little bit, okay? And because I think it's pretty much necessary at this point. But yeah, I'd say if you're looking for an iPhone that you want something that kicks butt and takes names, this has got no issues. And I have no issues either with scrolling websites because of the refresh rate on this thing. And it's like, I even watched one video just quickly where a guy was comparing, and it's like, you know, this is what this is and this is what this is. And it's like, you know what? The majority of the entire world population cannot even freaking tell the difference. And even if they could, do they actually care? Hell no. Okay? But the fact that they can't notice it makes no difference. People don't care when it comes to that. All they care about is, can I go on the internet? Yes, I can go on the internet. Can I surf to YouTube? Yes, I can definitely go to YouTube, right? So, well, if we get it done there right. YouTube home. Okay, I haven't signed into this on my YouTube account yet, but you know, I can get to YouTube really fast. You know, I can watch my content, I can do my thing. You know, if I'm going to fire up Chrome, I'm going to go to Apple's website, because I like Chrome anyways. So we'll go to apple.ca, and we're going to go about this fast. Boom, 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 boom. We're there already. Oh, look at that. We're going to go buy an iPhone 15 Pro. No, we're not. We're just going to go through the steps. But even for scrolling through all this thing, you know, like, everything is a blur at any refresh rate when you're trying to go this fast anyhow. And as soon as you stop stuff, it's solid. Who cares? All right? So refresh rate's good for video gaming, probably to a certain point. But when it comes to just general stuff, it doesn't matter. But anyways, that's what I got for you on this video. Stay tuned for more, obviously. Thanks so much for watching. And if you do want to get a iPhone, one of the ones that I would recommend would be the iPhone 15. It definitely saves you a lot of money, and even according to another channel, the iPhone 15 Pro is no real fancy pants, really, when compared to this. I mean, this does seem to be, from the consensus of things, to be the better one to go with over the Pro. So, but you'll have to watch videos on that to compare, because I don't have a 15 Pro to compare with, but from what I've been hearing and this and that and everything else, and the majority of the people out there are kind of like going to vote for this one over the Pro. It's like, whatever. Everybody has their choices and their preferences in life, and you believe what you believe, and that's okay too, right? So anyway, that's it. That's all. Bye.